The thing uh, that's so trying in this time in theology circles is that so many people that had a certain construct that's so aligned with the brick and mortar, they're flabbergasted that even now, after COVID's touch has lifted just a tad, that people aren't rushing back into the church doors. Well, we're in a different day. There's a resetting that's been done. Now it's incumbent that the leaders in the church and of the churches find a way to pivot to properly address the new day that we find ourselves in. I used to say all the time that don't be the 8-track church living in a CD world. Uh, and now that's moot because what new car comes off the assembly line now with even a CD player? So the world is changing, times are changing, methods are changing, modes are changing. While God's still the same, uh, the times that we're living in are not a constant. So we have to find a way to adjust. And I think there's a big, well, we were raised, I was dragged to church. I was at church 24/7 growing up. The same can't be said for the millennials. So if they're the ones that we need to reach because they're one of our coming generations, we got to find a way to better address them. You may be able to catch them on the phone better than you can catch them in person. The construct has changed, the message hasn't. So, we might have to change a little bit of our methods and change some of our modes. But Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. But we can't take, we can't be the organization that uses all of yesterday's methods. If we do, we're hurting our today and hurting our tomorrow. I was speaking with someone about the challenges of getting some in the church into this new world that we are in, the cyber world and social media and other things that the staunch corners of holiness just don't want to get aligned themselves with. And I told them that that's the future. And I was corrected. A guy called me and corrected me, read my number on that. He said, Steve, that's not the future. That's the moment we're in right now. That's now. So we have to have cyber strategies. We have to think that God, we're in a different time and a different mode. Folks, I know that you want to pump the brakes and hold and be the church that you've always been, seeking for the old path. And I'm not saying that, but even when the prophet was being sustained at the Berechiah, and it says this, it said, after a while, the brook dried up because there had been no rain. God may have another mode that we should operate, a shift, a move, a current, or torrent of mindset torrent that may be coming our way. The world is changing. The way that the church has operated since time stood still may also change. There's some necessary pivots that the church has to make. I'm not talking about being lax on doctrine. I'm not talking about not holding up the standard. The delivery of the gospel, we might need to change some of our modes and some of our methods if we want to be a relevant church. I know that all of you people that with all these 19 degrees in theology, you're going to refute everything I say. But until you prove to me that you've reached this generation, because so much in the church world now is theory. Hardly anybody's doing. Everybody's pontificating. Until you change the streets of our city, until crime, I see that your move of God has stopped crime and everything else. But mostly those that sit on staunch ecclesiastical podiums, they minister to each other most times. They never go in after the unsaved world. So we're saving each other one time, two times, three times. And then we do this. Come to my church where the Holy Ghost moves faster. Come to my church where the Holy Ghost moves quicker. Come to my church where everybody prophesies. Come to my church where we keep order. Folks, look, your marketing message doesn't belong to the next church man or the next church woman, where we continuously have transfer growth after transfer growth. Go to the high church here, go to the high church there, go to the high church until that pastor gets a scandal, then you leave, then you go where the next good choir is. But look, we need to make an impact until the streets of our cities change, until the hearts of men aren't as cold. We're in a different world. Let's make a difference. That's what we've been called to. Not to be on the perch, sitting with a proud look, looking down on the people that don't have the call, looking down on the people that aren't apostles, prophets, pastors, teachers, or evangelists, looking down on the people that didn't go to Duke, looking down on the people that didn't go to Princeton Seminary. Look, folks, all of this that you're building your defense on, it's going to be subtle one day in glory. And I sure hope that everything that you built your hopes up on, that God agrees with it. Because I think he's looking for whosoever will that can go out there and take his word to the masses and make a difference in the streets, in the highways and byways of the world, in the cave side, wherever they are, to make a difference in this world. Take the good news to this world and get some results with it. God bless you. Have an awesome day.